Alrighty guys, so something special. Look who's back in action.
Hello.
The man himself. So I'll let you fill us in, Greg.
So, here we are, in the back of Jimmy's backyard. It's freezing. We're going to put up with these conditions to show you this very important thing. Now, if you're very quiet, we'll see a Hyot bow in its natural environment, where it does best, in the case. Shh, here it is. Now, what we've done is extended its draw length by removing the B module and putting in the C module. So as you see here, this is now the C module. I have moved also the stop from the B to the C position, hoping that that's what is required. But that's not all. Shh. Come with me, but be very quiet. Here, in its natural habitat, is the Sim Shooter
6,000.
6000. Let's go and have a look. What a splendid thing this is. Look at this. This has been crafted out of the finest aluminium. We see the posts here that hold the rear supports, and the forward post can be moved and changed like this, either way, to level the device. Millions of years of evolution have provided a ratchet system on the back to draw back the trigger device, which itself has evolved over millions of years. The bow was placed at the front here with this strapping system. The handle is locked in place, and then we shoot back into the bag, which evolved millions of years ago. It used to be just shells, but now it's a bag. So we pull this back, and there you have it. A Sim Shooter 6000 in the wild. Just gonna have a feel of this.
Have a feel. Greg's just lengthened his draw length a little.
Are you there?
Yep, he's there.
Okay, so I used to be able to clear at 30 metres, the 80 centimetre target. I would clean it. So I can't clear 30 now. Couldn't do it to save my life. Unbelievable. All right? And because it's the end of a feet of 1440, it's a crucial part of an archer's arsenal, is to be able to take out the 30 for no penalty. Did you know sin? The word sin means to miss. Did you know that, James?
I didn't know that. No.
Sin means miss the target.
That is interesting.
Sin. So in archery, if you sin, you've missed the mark. Missed the mark, and that's what that sin is, to miss the mark.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So what I've done, I've been told by two different coaches, both whom I respect greatly. One said you need a shorter draw length because we've got to fix up this problem. Now I fixed up the first one for some strange reason. I don't know. I've done a few sports in my time and excelled at them, mind you. But with the archery, it's like I've never met a sport where you can be told how to shoot, get the whole thing down, and in 3 weeks you're doing something else. It's like David Attenborough is saying, it's evolved itself. Well, what happens is you learn how to shoot properly, and then it evolves into this other thing, and all of a sudden you got your hand a different way. It's insane. And you need someone to go, what are you doing now? What have you changed that for? You don't even know you've changed it. I've evolved over thousands and millions of years. The grip has slowly changed. So what's happened, I started shooting like that. See that? Here. And I need to have the pad, I need to have this pad on there Because the reason is if I have such a high hold like that, see this movement now that can happen? See that?
Yep.
That's a different draw length, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Depending on whether I'm like this or I move. Now if I'm like this and I allow the wrist to come back like that, there's no movement anymore. See? There's no movement. So I've got to be like that. So I've got to get this pad back on there. We want to see that coming out there, and still highlight that, of course. My follow through's good. I mean, there's nothing in my hand. The bow just actually
still no hand.
Out.
Still zero
still
hand.
No hand. Flies out when I shoot. But I've got to be under there like that with this part here. That part there on the handle, not off the handle like I had it. So I don't know how that happened. Now there seems to be a problem back here. So what I've done. When I first got this bow, it had the C modules on it. The Podium had the C modules, and I went and got the B modules to make it shorter. So what I've done now is I put the C's back on, and we're going to have a few shots and see if I can get something good happening here. And also I was drawing back and pulling to the side and coming in. So I've got to concentrate now on coming straight back and just under like that. That's the two things there, but I'm going to try that now with the slightly longer draw, and also we've got all the things that I've been doing with the peep.
Oh, got a lot to talk about.
And my lens is waiting for me now in the post office to get the 6 times of the small lens.
Oh, the smaller
lens.
Oh, interesting.
The smaller scope size there.
Smaller scope sizing than that.
This is a huge one.
What's that one?
This is the 31.
Oh, is that the 31?
I've ordered the 25.
Oh, okay, yep.
And with the 25, I can see the whole scope housing, and I can get the equal light value around it before I make my shot, and I can see the bubble better. You got to see your bubble, baby. If you haven't got a bubble, you're finished.
That bubble's important. I've been noticing that lately.
So
slide the scope out.
See, now I went high again this morning. The only arrow I shot went over the target because I keep forgetting to put the sidearm out. All right then.
10 metre sight setting. So what's that? About 20. I think it's about 21 on your meters.
Now at the moment I'm trialing a 4 times lens with the number 2. No, the number 1 in the front. So I've got the number 1 clarifier in. I had no clarifier in and still used the 4, that was okay, but as I said, I can't clean 30, so I'm not sure whether it's that now or it's that I've forgotten how to shoot. It's like playing soccer and turning up the next season and going, I just can't remember how to play soccer.
What
course?
foot did I kick with?
Yeah, well, what's the square bit there for? Do I run this way? Do I just shoot into that?
Yep, anyway.
It's okay. It's
see where all the holes are. Anywhere where the holes are, you're fine.
Alright. Have a look.
Get your sight. Have you got your sight setting for 15 minutes?
What do I need? I'm on 30 at the moment.
30. Go down a couple, up a couple.
Or I was at 18.
You're at 18, were you?
18 metres was about 30.
Oh, well, that's right. Yep, go to 18 then.
Right.
18 metres.
30, yep.
Should be good.
Right, now, am I going to put up with that for the rest of the session?
I think so. Sorry, people. It's always the way, ain't it?
We can't edit that out, can we?
Sorry for the neighbours.
What the hell is it? Is it a chainsaw?
I think so. He's going rank for some reason. Okay. New hand.
There like that.
Got the new hand set up.
And now pull straight back.
Straight back under the chin. Bang, into the target.
Into the target? I hit the target.
You did.
Good.
You see where?
Yeah, I can see it.
How's it feeling? How's it feeling? First shot. Tell us how it feels. Feels a bit funny?
I'm not sure. I don't think it. Let's have another go. I know what it is. I tell you what. I was very intermittent about caring whether I had the finger sling on. But the day that I shot the bow out of my hand about 2 metres down the line, the entire bow, I realised that I needed it as a safety precaution more than anything else. But after wearing it and getting used to it, I can't shoot without it now. If it's not on, I'm going to lose the bow because I don't hang on at all. You will find no, what do you call it? No, I'll be following through. I'm not going to grab the bow. And it ends up there like that, out of my hand. I just don't hold it at all. And hopefully that means I've got no torque. So, see that? It's out of there. I'm not hanging on.
How's the second shot feel?
Feels good.
You think it's
Should have
where?
a couple more. I just remember I had a panic when I first got the bow because it was so. I said, "Oh, it's too long. The draw's too long," but it doesn't feel too bad now.
Well, that's good.
Got the platinum pierce. You know, the platinum 2 are out now.
I've seen that, and they're even straighter.
Well, there's something wrong with the arrows. You've got to find, when you're an archer, you must find out what you can blame. At the moment, I'm blaming faulty arrows.
Not that 0.1 thousandth
They're
of
not accurate enough. They're flying everywhere. There's something wrong with them. There's definitely one I've got a question mark on. Oh, it's already in the bag.
I've got a bit of a theory. I think the arrows get weaker the more you shoot them.
Yeah. Now, I got a theory too. Remember that you said the other day, you said, oh, you can tune, fletch tune.
Yeah,
knock tune, fletching.
yeah.
What that's finding the weaks.
Oh no, yeah, we do that. Yeah, we've already done it. Yeah, we've already done it. Yeah.
The closer you get to the mark, I've got a mark on top there. Yep, where I float tested them. That's what you're looking for when you're knock tuning. Just which one is closer to that mark. Well, why not find the mark? Why not go to a previous video and find the mark anyway, and not have to fiddle around with knock tuning?
That's true.
Yeah, of course it's true.
That's true. That's why we need to drag around.
All right.
Keep us in track. Here we go.
See, the peep's got to just be a little bit higher. Once again, look at that technique. Look, let's just check this technique everywhere here, baby. I'm telling you, look at it. It's everywhere.
All right, let's go check out that group.
Oh no, there's no group. I was just shooting it.
I know there's no target on there to aim at. But as we can see, Greg's hit the bag. We've definitely got some impact.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Does it feel better?
I think it feels okay.
Feels good?
What I might do now is just move the peep up, squeeze that peep up.
Oh, yep.
Because it needed to be a bit higher. And I think we're going to have to tie it in the Jimi Ellis way, like, you know, with 300 yards of rope.
Yep. The Gillingham style.
Yep.
Super knock tie, super peep tying.
I mean, this is pretty tight. I mean, I can't move it now, but it just needs to go up a little bit.
They've moved that heaps.
Well, I did.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to move it much.
All right, okay, we'll see. Really sorry about that chainsaw.
Running out of time.
Speaking of chainsaws, I've owned 3 chainsaws in my life and they've all been stolen within 3 months. The first one I bought was a beauty when I lived on the farm and I was cutting down big trees. I lent it to the neighbour. I'm pretty sure he gave it back, but then it's gone. That was years ago. Then I bought another one, just brand new, hadn't used it. The mate said, oh, I'm just moving down to blah, 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 can I borrow it? I let him have it. I haven't seen him or the chainsaw since. There's about 8 years ago. So this year I bought one because I need to cut some trees down. This is a cheap one from Bunnings, and stolen by scumbags, ice addicts. They've broken in and pinched my aluminium ladders for the aluminium because I think they'd be too lazy to go into a high window, and they stole the chainsaw. So I haven't had that in a couple of months. Did one job with it and it's gone. So I bought a new chainsaw. I'm keeping it under the bed.
No one's getting that
and
one.
I won't have to go and get a pistol. They're just going to hear in the middle of the night when they're sneaking around my place, you know, in the broken in downstairs in the kitchen, or a chainsaw start, they'll be off.
Hang on. We're going to shoot some more. I'm just going to close this door so we don't get any arrows in the house.
Hit that gas bottle.
No, they don't want to hit.
Gas bottle for?
What gas bottle?
The gas bottle on the gas bottle with a burner on it.
Oh, to melt your arrows.
To what?
Put your arrow points in.
Oh, okay.
Blowtorch.
All right, here we go.
So how much is your anchor point changed before you go back? Where was your old anchor point?
I don't know. It feels.
It was about
doesn't
there.
feel much different as long as I can get it
On that bone.
As long as I can get the two knuckles in there in a place where I feel that it's exactly the same every time. That's what you're looking for.
All right, hang on. We're on.
All right. So, got to get the front hand right first. Make sure that's bedded in there, and I've got the pad of my thumb centered on it there, like that. Totally relaxed there. See? Usually, you'll see if you're in the right position. Your fingers, when they're relaxed, the tips just touch the front of the bow there. Just touch it like that. You don't want to be out like that or have any. Just if you've got nothing in that hand, they're just going to be right there. That's how you know. So, I dressed the bag, but now I'm pulling back under my chin like that. No left or right. And I've got to have that there.
How's that peep? Shoot low, aim low.
Where did that go?
Right in the middle of the bag.
I think we're safe. I'm not going to miss the bag. Unless it's a bad arrow. GT. That's goldtip, not Greg Taylor. Oh, here's another little snippet. Okay, so if it's there like that. Oh, it feels okay.
Yeah?
Feels okay.
You got plenty of back tension now.
Well, I have to. Because I've got to pull it back a little bit further. So you like that? There was something about my back not being straight.
Because you used to only have a little bit of back tension. This used to be Greg's. Greg used to go doof like this, just 3 inches, 4 inches. Now it's the.
Well, I think we'll see what happens. We'll do it again.
Okay.
Straight under the chin.
Well, that was old school.
Huh?
That was the old one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feels good. Get the front hand right. Watch. Come under. So straight back. It just feels like a long. It feels
Long.
like it's a long. It's not uncomfortable, but
No,
it
it just
certainly
feels
like
longer.
It used to be here. I used to be feeling this part of my chin.
Yeah,
Now
gripping it there.
No, I'm back at the maxilla-mandibular intrafascicular orbit there.
Where does this knuckle line up? Where does that bit there line up with? Is that in
now?
that? Is that in that little V crack?
No.
In the.
In there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a landmark,
Okay.
a mandilla landmark, because if I can't find one, I won't know that I'm on exactly the same spot every time.
That's correct.
No, I've got nothing. Not really. No, I can nothing. I can feel this part of my finger here, just sort of on the edge. I haven't got a definite position.
You haven't got a lot, yep, haven't got
Well,
some.
I'm pretty far back.
You are far back. It's definitely moved you back. You were definitely under your chin before.
We don't want to be like that with this arm,
no,
do we?
that's right.
But there was the front arm that was giving it away. He said I come up straight and I look straight, but then there's something
Swivel
about
a bit.
moving this here. Just go and have a look at these arrows.
Oh, this is a nice looking little group.
Well, aiming then.
Well, there we go. That is a nice little group. Seeing you got no target to aim at.
Well, I was aiming at the other arrows, but around them, not at them. That's how accurate I am.
Ooh.
I can pick what part of the X I want to be in. At 90?
At 90.
Oh dear. So the upshot of it is, everybody, I shot the 1440, the 90 1440, a couple of weeks ago, and I did the best I've ever shot, but felt terrible, and equaled Jimi's record. It'll have to go back on X's. We'll have to wait till a certain club that cannot be mentioned gets their scoring system back together again.
That's, yeah,
So we'll know
yeah.
what the scores are. Yeah, I should have taken.
Oh, right. Because they didn't.
Yeah, because they're not working yet.
You can't go back and find out what you shot.
No. So it's best to get into the habit of taking a photo of it when you leave, but having said that, I did forget, and if that happens, you don't know what your score is. I do know it's 1338, but I feel like I'm a 60 to 70 shooter. That's a, you know what I mean? But the arrows are just going all over the place. I don't understand.
But once we
Here's another little tip. Coming this way.
this is a
Right. They're both the goldtip platinums. This one here is a 340 spine. Can you see that? That's a 340, but I've only got 120 grains in the front. This one is the 300 spine with 140 in the front. So we're assuming they're around the same mark for stiffness. Would you agree with that, James?
You'd think so.
They should be, yeah, they're pretty much the same. But boy, these group better. Yeah, the 120s in the 340 group better than those. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So now I put wraps on here now because I keep shooting out veins and I keep putting on it. If I just take one vein off and put another one on, they're always crooked. Always. I don't know what's going on. So now if I've got to replace one vein, the whole lot comes off in the hot water. Next set go on. But I'm going to re-vein these and re-vein them and A/B them seriously and see which ones go better. But I think it's these, the 120 with the 340 spine.
Right, let's see. Alrighty guys, so that's Greg back trying out his, changing his draw length a bit. Good to have him back on the video, so make sure you hit the like button for us, hit the subscribe button.
And coming soon, you're not going to believe it, we are going to trial the Sim Shooter 6000. That'll be coming up soon. Something worth watching, I tell you. You may have one of these babies sitting in your own living room before you know it.